This former Premier League baller has one of the coldest brands right now, and this is why you should know about it. Meet Owen. He goes by Les nowadays. Owen made his debut for Wolves at just 18 years old. Born in the USA, he made his debut for the US national team as well. He was one of the youngest talented Premier League ballers at the time, so much so that they loaned him out to a Belgium side, Club Rouge, to gain more experience. That's when things changed. Owen had a love for football, but he also had another passion, and that was getting fly. So much so that he found his own brand, Kico, in 2021. And that's when it took off. At the age of 22, he quit playing football and continued his dreams full-time of running his clothing brand. Today, we're going to do a deep dive into this clothing brand and find out why it's doing so well and how you can try and do something similar. Even just to start with, the website's cold as shit. The photography, the film, this is really well done. There's Kico across there. Obviously, their style is mainly kind of blank essentials, as you can see, but they're charging quite a high price point, and as you can see, they're sold out. They're doing a really good job. Seems like limited stuff now, but this seems to be the season that they have out. Photography's cold. Let's do a breakdown of this photography though. This is a cold shoot. Even look at here, piece, nice little bag. One look at the boots. It's a cold shoot. These boots are cold too. I like it. It reminds me of 7th Store. If you have seen that, it's another UK brand. 7th Store does some cold stuff. So hey, this is dope. This is a cold colorway too. The stuff is cold. The photography is cold. This is him too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is him. That's cold shit. That's his grills. I'm guessing. Makes sense. Cold. That's just a peek at the website. Let's do a brand breakdown. Now that we kind of have an idea of what it is, it's obviously luxury clothing, not in terms of quality, but in terms of brand identity. It represents this kind of identity group of these upper class Premier League footballer, rapper, higher end people in the UK. It's trying to be it's trying to separate itself from almost like the hood rich class, if you would say, in the world of branding, to the next of wanting to be able to obtain. And I think they've done really well in terms of with them being sold out with the things. Even in I got told this when I wish I knew this when I first started. People do this a lot and you don't realize it, but I'm not saying that these guys do, but imagine you had 7 colorways. Imagine you had 3 colorways. Instead, put a couple extra colorways that maybe are dope as shit, but you can't produce, and just have them sold out. And then now it gives people that perception of it being like that. It's sold out, but they could remove it. Very much they could remove it. Why not just remove all the things that said sold out? Because they want you to know that it's sold out. They want you to know that you can't buy it anymore. That then plays into the next time when they release something, they're like, okay, cool, maybe this might sell out, right? But then touching on that, as well with the limiting their Instagram, it's on private. Like, yes, you can follow. Cortez does a very similar thing, but it's a private Instagram. It's the same kind of thing. It takes these multiple different things that it takes to build up that idea, especially when you don't want to go for luxury. Luxury takes a whole nother stage, and people don't realize this, but luxury brands take a long time. Louis Vuitton, hundreds of years. These brands didn't just pop up like this. People took these things from generations to generations in order to continue this luxury feel, and it takes it building from the beginning. It takes it starting from the beginning for it. You can't go from being something cheap to trying to turn into luxury. You can't change that, right? But it takes a long time of consistency of showing your luxury in everything you do. The presentation, the box, the way you ship things, the way your website looks, the way the photos look. Everything has to be uniform. If it's luxury and if you're gonna charge a high price point, everything about it has to be on point. If you've ever been to Louis Vuitton, if you ever buy anything from any of those stores, you'll see they'll pour you a glass of sparkling water, still water. These are things, even if you're shopping around, even if you don't choose to buy anything, the experience of it costs them nothing. But in terms of the experience, and it still separates you, because when you go to JD Sports, when you go to whatever, it separates that experience from it, and it gives you that luxury. Yes, it is, the shoes cost just as much to make as the others, if not cheaper, right? But it's the everything else, the way the store laid out, the way the people are dressed, what the people say when you enter, the way the things are spaced out. Even touching on how Apple separate themselves from a lot of the other companies when it comes to like JB Hi-Fi or in Walmart or Kmart in India. If you look at everything else, right? Samsung or whatever, they'll cram as much as they can on their shelf space. But Apple, no. Apple, they have things individually spaced out with enough gap. Almost one thing per a whole area, right? And what that says is it communicates value. Shelf life, shelf space is valuable. You could sell 30 things in this item, but no. That space worth of 30 items is for this one product. Right? So that in itself already adds to your mental of separating and saying this is worth more than everything else, because it takes up more space than everything else it takes. You get me? And that's how you can really, using these little mental games, you can really start pushing forward and really showing how you can really build a brand.